Today's sponsor is Vibedration. Vibedration provides designer hydration packs designed to make you look cool, keep your stuff safe, and stay hydrated at music festivals and events. Their holographic designs add to your festival ensemble. Make sure you get your pack using promo code BB Media Industries LLC to save 10% on your new pack on Vibedration.com. Oh, and one more thing. Free shipping on orders over $75. Hashtag life's a party. Stay hydrated. Hello and welcome to another rousing edition of Trending Topics with BB. I am your humble host, Brooke Brown, hence the BB. Man, when you get a full-time job, it takes away from all of this cool stuff. So, as you may have noticed, I now have started to Facebook Live and record these, but I want to thank anybody who is finding my podcast. And if you haven't subscribed on iTunes or Stitcher to Trending Topics with BB, why not? It helps if you guys subscribe, leave a favorable rating. Even if you just say she's the worst podcast host on the planet, at least you write a comment. I mean, I would hope you don't. But if you head over to iTunes, if you're one of those Apple people that was watching the keynote today, I'm not one of those. I'm an Android person, so I use Stitcher. And so if you're one of an Android person, you can subscribe and leave a favorable rating and comment there as well. Thanks to all that are currently watching this on Facebook Live. I am recording this episode, so before I get to the soapbox part, I'm getting the housekeeping out of the way. I did mention iTunes and Stitcher. Social media, this podcast is found on Facebook at Trending Topics with BB. It is also found on Twitter and Instagram at TT with BB. So if you follow, that'd be awesome. If not, you probably weren't interested to begin with. Alright, so I've been wanting to do this soapbox episode for a few weeks, and it's not going to be political. It's not, but it is something that has been pissing me off, and it's a daily occurrence, and I want to talk about, and it's been a topic on my podcast before, but I want to bring it back up again because I have to deal with this every day, is bad drivers in traffic. Okay, so what the fuck are you doing parking in two parking spots and you're in a Prius? What? Okay, I understand like a monster truck, but I don't because that signifies to me that you're compensating for something else, but we won't get into that topic. But, first of all, bad parkers. Were you the kids growing up that just couldn't color within the lines? I mean, and the thing that gets me with bad parkers is that you literally leave it that way. Like, you don't go, oh shit, I misparked, let me back up and straighten up and correct this. Because somebody might hit my car while it's parked because you're an asshole. Anyway, I'm not saying I've done anything to anybody's cars. I'm just saying, when you don't park within the lines, aren't you worried about your car being hit? Just an observation. But nonetheless. And I guess I'm bringing this up because if people aren't aware, I have, for months now, been one of those Lyft Uber driver people. I have a full-time, but I also, before I got my full-time that I've had for about a month, I was doing the Lyft Uber thing to supplement my income, and been dealing with driving in that aspect, let alone just being a driver in everyday society. But still, holy crap. Bad parkers, you're like one of the banes of my existence in the subcategory that is traffic. Now, my other category of asshole drivers is when it's rush hour, bumper-to-bumper traffic, and you have a lane that merges into a lane. So the lane's literally going to end. Yes, the other lanes are slowing down because of the traffic, because everybody has to weave in and out of traffic and go in each and every lane until they figure out that they're not going to gain more than 10 feet being in the other lane because everybody else is fucking stopping because of the way traffic is going. And this is when there isn't an accident, so let alone if there is an accident and we are slowed traffic. Anyway, but I digress. So moving on to the next topic at hand. So when when there's a lane that ends on the right-hand side, not the left-hand side. So, you know what I mean? Not the fast lane, but more like the lane. And you think that because there's not as many people in that lane, but you should realize the reason is because that lane is merging into another lane. That getting in that lane is going to be better and not cause the people already in that lane who have already merged not to flip you off. Because you're literally messing up the flow of the traffic by trying to get in front of somebody thinking that your decision was better than the other decision. If you would have just stayed in your lane to begin with, you would have been merging to begin with. Like, I just don't understand that mentality. And then, why? I mean, the lane, plus there's always a sign coming up saying this lane ends. So by getting in the lane that ends, don't you know that you're going to have to merge into the lane that's ending? Because that lane is ending. And my lord, people, that is why we have so many accidents on the road, not to mention that there's too many of us driving out there, but that's another whole podcast. So I just wanted to get on my soapbox and realize and talk a little bit about A, bad parkers, and B, people that don't know how to friggin' merge into a lane that's ending when there's a sign about 500 feet ahead of saying this lane is going to end on a fucking major highway, and then you fucking merge, causing the traffic that's already in the lane to A, hate you for the rest of eternity. So those are just things I wanted to get off my chest. I know it's not hard-hitting news. I'm no Sergio, the guy from Monday Night Football. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about Ted Cruz. I just wanted to talk about how ridiculous people are in driving, and the reason why some of us that actually do follow traffic laws and try to be good citizens and not park in two lanes when we have a small vehicle like an asshole. Why? So I know this was a second time I had to get on my soapbox about traffic on my podcast, but dear Lord, this has been driving me nuts for weeks. And with that, BB is out for this episode. Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/trendingtopicswithbb.